We're in today with the legendary ASUS GTX 980 Ti. This is a 2015 video card with 2816 shaders. It's got 6 gig of VRAM GDDR5, running at 1266 MHz on the core clock and 1800 MHz on the memory clock. It's got 384 bits bus width, DirectX 12, and we're gonna pair it up with this E5 2699 V4 with 22 cores and 22 threads with hyperthreading disabled. I think it's a fantastic video card. The only thing I can do is jump in a couple of games and see how this legend of a video card is holding. Let's go. Let's start with the new kid on the block. I'm gonna see how it's running with this 980 Ti. Do remember, 980 Ti next year is going to be 10 years old. You understand? 80 FPS. Yes, I got activated upscaling and stuff like that, but I'm playing a game with nearly 10 years old video card. Yes, it can consume 390 watts consumption in order to deliver this performance, but look at this. I put the fan on maximum speed. I got 66 degrees because this is a very unique video card and I don't care about the BGA to be hot. But let's jump into the settings. Want to see what's going on. So I got 1080p, frame scale, motion blur off. If I can press shift delete on that motion blur and turn it off, it will be okay. Okay, super sampling is 33. TSR, we're gonna look and see how it's working with FSR maybe, because I tested it and I fucking love it, but it looks ugly. As an preset is low. You can actually see that I got nice performance. I got 70 FPS on average, and yeah, it's looking fantastic. Seriously, it looks fantastic. It runs fantastic. Yeah, you can't say nothing bad about this video card because it's holding even today. Maximum core load 200 watts over, you know, but it's holding. And I think this is a fantastic performance overall. And let's take a look at FSR, how it looks. Apply, yeah, 4.6 gig of VRAM, 85 FPS, 87, 95% load on the core. I mean, all in all, it's holding. Can't say nothing bad about it. Even with FSR or TSR, it was doing fantastic. When it comes to spikes, you see how linear it is, 1011 on MS. Very surprised that a video card like this is doing the job. So FSR, it's activated without any frame generation, you know, because if I put frame generation, you want to see how frame generation looks in the game with this. I mean, I love the FPS, but without any quality, it's gonna be bananas. I see the artifacts around the character, you know, whenever I'm moving super fast, I see it, but it's fucking 100 FPS. Look at it, 100 FPS with a 9 years old video card. This game, it's destroying the standard. Only for the science, you know what I want to do? I go on graphics as a preset. I want to put it on cinematic very high. Only for science. Frame generation, FSR, all of that, 405 FPS, 407, 5.8, 5.9 gig of VRAM. I mean, it's not okay, you know, but you can definitely see that the GPU is struggling to actually perform here, you know. So yeah, I will take this as, you know what, it almost managed to work. It's like it's moving in slow motion, seriously, because of that. 57 FPS on average with frame generation on. Whoa, slow motion with artifacts around them. All right, I like it. Seriously, I like this. But if we're jumping in Starfield with this video card, you're gonna see that even this game, apparently, it's working really nice with this video card, and I'm shocked. Nearly 400 watts consumption. Okay, so I'm on Ultra. I got FSR and frame generation on 1080p. Yes, I mean, the whole thing looks fantastic. I got 3.5 gig of VRAM utilization, 58 degrees. That's actually fantastic. If it's working really nice with the previous game that I tested, and it now is working really nice with Starfield, it shows you that this 9 years old video card is still beefy. You can actually see in some cases it's flawless, you know, it's running really nice. But to remember, this is ultra, you understand? This is maximum details. Let me I feel like it's a trick, seriously. I'm actually curious what is the performance on minimal and FSR off. With low details, I got 50 FPS. Even on low details, you can actually see 3.5 gig of VRAM utilization, 59 degrees, but with 400 watts consumption, I will say this is a decent temperature. But if we're jumping in GTA 5 with maximum details, 1080p, you can actually see that the game looks fantastic. So what I want is now is take a ride and see what's going on in the city. You know, you can clearly see that the quality quality is there, but even the load is there, you know. So on the core of the video card, 97% load, 4.2 gig of VRAM, 420 watts consumption from this. 4.2 gig of VRAM, from a video card that has 6 gig of VRAM, I would say this is a decent performance and how it's being utilized. In some cases, the core of the video card is not at maximum, it's dropping to nearly 80% load, and I would say this is at the end with the CPU. I mean, what I'm talking about is that even in some cases, the CPU is trying to do the job, but it's not capable of. Whenever I'm driving super fast, you can actually see that the video card is dropping to 90% or under, you know, with 80%. And then I will put in the finger, that's the CPU, because 22 cores. But you're not fast, that's the problem. I've been told in every single day, I've been reminded that is not a fast CPU. But yeah, I have to make use what I have now for the moment and try to do the best with the CPU. But in this case, I never seen this video card with this computer, so I will really love to benchmark more video cards like this, you know. So I like this. I like this idea of a GTX 980 Ti with the Intel Xeon E5 like this, you know, because sometimes it makes sense. As a point of reference, I'm very interested. I'm actually surprised comparing it to the SLIs and quad SLIs and R9s and all kinds of stuff, you know, how this video card is performing. I'm shocked that this video card is running like this, but it does the job, you know. Got hundreds of FPS here, 96% load on the core of the video card, 375 watts consumption from the wall. It's impressive. It's an impressive performance from the video card, but you have to remember this was designed for SLI and Crossfire. The temperature is good, 57, 56. It's not that bad, seriously. There is no problem with the video card. It doesn't reach 2 gig of VRAM utilization. In this case, with this video card, only 1.8. Sometimes it's not utilizing the video card at maximum, and you can clearly see that it's doing a fantastic work, you know. 100, 120 FPS, depending on the zone of the map or how you're playing it. But all in all, the GPU is doing a fantastic job. And listen, I understand black myth, you know, it's on the market, and there's a lot of people who doesn't have the hardware, doesn't have the money to buy the game, you know. But sometimes it's good to go with the old stuff. It's not that bad, you know, to have a 980 Ti and play a game like this, you know. The video card is 9 years old, next year is 10 years old, and the game it's on the same page with it. On maximum details, you can actually see I got 435 watts consumption, nice performance, 130, 140 FPS, maximum details, 1080p, 65 degrees. You can actually see the core is not maxed out. I learned my lesson, you know, from everybody saying maybe this is the maximum that the game can do, you know, the engine. In this case, you can see that I'm doing fantastic. The memory side is actually good, 1.4 gig of VRAM. Considering I got a 6 gig video card, you need to understand that in some cases it's okay, you know, to not utilize the 6 gig of VRAM amount. The game is doing fantastic. You can actually see it's not butchering it, and yeah, overall performance is great. You know, this is one of those situations that you will enjoy having a video card like this in a game like this. If you want to play Counter-Strike with this video card with 6 gig of VRAM available on this, you can actually see I put everything on maximum details on 1080p. I'm utilizing 400 watts from this computer, but at the same time I will really like to appreciate how much this video card is doing. Seriously, 100 FPS on average, 99% load on the core, 61 degrees on the core of the video card, and it's fantastic performance overall. Apparently the VRAM stays around 5 gig, 5.1, let's call it 5.1. Yes, 5.1 gig of VRAM utilized here in this case. Damn, that shot was stupid. Regardless, I like how it's working. 5.2, oh my god, maybe we can reach 5.3 gig of VRAM. Yes, look at that. We can actually reach 5.4, 5.5. Let's see, maybe it's actually utilizing the VRAM, but in this case the only thing I'm interested, it's the temperature that is sitting around 61 degrees. Can actually see the VRAM, it's hovering around 5.5. Okay, 5.5, 5.4 gig of VRAM, 5.3. That, I think that's the limit on the VRAM. At this stage, after playing a little, you can see that the memory managed to reach 5.6 gig of VRAM. The temperature is still there, 61 degrees, and 99% load on the core. So nothing changed. The only thing changed is the amount of VRAM this video card it's using in order to deliver this. you know, but 120 FPS, 130, something happened. It's like he may manage to gain more FPS, but he's pushing maximum details on 1080p and it's giving me 120 FPS. But if we're jumping in Cyberpunk with 1080p, low details and no upscaling, got 420 watts consumption, 97% load on the core, so the GPU is utilized at maximum, and only 3.1 gig of VRAM utilized here. Do I like the performance? Of course I like it, because it's vanilla, you know. So from here I can fidelity, FX and stuff like that, balance, high performance, what doesn't matter, because from here everything gets only up. If I get base 70 FPS, it's gonna be fantastic, you know. So I know it's low details, you know, but it's not upscaled, you know. So in this situation with 97% load on the core, I will say I can adjust it, you know. If the moment I put some fidelity FX, the load will come down, or I get more FPS, and that's it. But look at the details, it's fantastic. I freaking love it. I love that Cyberpunk is performing like this. With fidelity FX on balance, low details, you get 100 FPS. Look at this, 100 FPS, 95% load on the core, 3.1 gig of VRAM. These settings is the one that I will choose in order to play Cyberpunk, in order to finish it one more time or do another line, because I only done it with one line. When it comes to a video card like this, I really like it, seriously. I really like how it's performing. I like this idea of this 980 Ti. I mean, I love this golden edition, this 20 years anniversary model, you know, but I think the normal one, it's on the same page, seriously. And I think this is a fantastic video card overall. Next year, this video card is gonna be 10 years old. Even today, you manage to see how it's performing in a couple of new games, and it's doing a fantastic job. This video card can still be utilized as a daily driver when it comes to gaming. If you can find one cheap, this is a fantastic performance, and all in all, it's doing great, you know. Very easy to clean, done it super fast, and it was very easy because it's got only 4 screws in the back, you know, that is for the core. And that's it, it comes apart. The moment you take the screws out, it comes apart, and that's it. Everything is put with a plate, and in the back plate, and to cool, and the rest of them, they are fantastic. There is no stress on actually cleaning or opening this video card. You have no excuse on keeping this video card hot and with bad thermal paste. Aside from this model, I think this video card is worth it, because maybe I can get one aside from this golden edition, and maybe it's working in SLI, and it will be very interesting to see 2 980 Ti's in SLI, because they are fantastic. I like the video card, there is no problem. I really recommend a cheap 980 Ti, if it makes any sense. If you have any suggestion for this video card or for the system, leave a comment and I will see you very soon.